2.3 slope-intercept form. Hopefully we're sitting in a good spot because we did some of this in chapter 4 also, but we're talking about just graphing linear equations. To graph a linear equation, remember if it's a linear equation, the highest exponents must be a 1. That means x to the first power, which is just some x's. So we can't have x squares, we can't have x to the thirds, we can't have x to the 1/2, we can't have x to the 0. It has to be x raised to the first power or just x. So here's the parent graph. Parent graphs are the most basic representation of that graph. So the easiest graph in a line is y equals x. What's our slope? Well, I go from there to there, so I go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. So my slope is just 1 over 1, which is 1. And my y-intercept, where we talked about that, remember, the y-intercept is where x is 0. Because it's going to be 0 comma something. So right here, x is 0, y is 0. So my y-intercept is also 0. So that's why my equation is just y equals x. So there's a picture that has 2 different x-intercepts showing x is where, 2 different y-intercepts. It's where the line crosses the y-axis. All right, so key concepts, slope-intercept form. You do need to have this memorized. The equation of a line is just y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. So what are the slope and the y-intercepts of this graph? Again, you have to have it in the form y equals something. And so it says slope is the m. Notice it's not the mx, it's just the m. B is the y-intercept. So all I'm going to do is answer these questions. What's the slope? The m is right here, this number that's associated with the x. So slope is 5. What's my y-intercept? And there are questions on the test that are this easy. You just have to know that it's this easy and fill it in. My y-intercept in this case is -2 because it says plus b. Well, since this is -2, it had to have been a -2. So go ahead and try this one. Put me on pause. Slope and y-intercept. You should have answered slope is that, and my y-intercept is 2/3. What's the equation of the line with a slope of -4/5 and y-intercept 7? Again, we're going to fill in this equation, y equals mx plus b. And this is my slope, so y equals -4/5 x plus my y-intercept, which they give me, is 7. So that should just be the equation for my line. When can you use slope-intercept form? Pretty basic, but it's when you have a slope and the intercept. It's just filling in those 2 things, the slope and the y-intercept. Sometimes you have to find the slope or the y-intercept depending on what information you're given, but those are the 2 things you have to be able to get. So what's the equation with a slope and a y-intercept? Again, go ahead and do this one. You should add, m equals 3/2 since it does y equals 3/2 x minus 1. Write an equation from a graph. We can do 2 things. We can just figure out the equation, or we can try to do process of elimination. Remember, this is the plus b part. So if that's -2, I know my equation is going to be y equals something x minus 2. So I already know that one's out, that one's out. I'm to C or D. Then I have to look at my slope. So it goes through this crosshairs of the lines, and then again through this one. So this is rise, which is up 2, over run, which is 1. So rise over run. My rise is up 2, and I went right 1. So my slope is 2. So I should have a slope of 2 and a y-intercept of -2. So that makes it D for our answer. All right, what's the equation of the line shown at this right? For me, I don't know why I always start with something x, and I look at my y-intercept plus 2, because it crosses here at 2. I think because that's one of my points, and I'm going to look for another point where it goes right through the crosshairs. Well, it looks like it goes through here or here. It looks like it goes through all of them. And if I look at slope downhill, so I know it should have a negative slope, but I go down 1 over 1. So my slope is down 1, rise, which my rise is downwards, and my run is 1 to the right. So this is just negative 1. So I plug that in, and there's the equation for my line. What's the equation for these lines? These I don't have my points on there, so we're going to have to try to find some. It looks like it goes right through there. So again, y equals something x plus b, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's plus 7. Where else does it cross? So I need to find some place where it goes beautifully through 2 points. I'm going to say right here, it looks like it goes beautifully through 2 points. So to get from my green dot to my red dot, I drop 1, 2, 3. So that's down 3. But then I go left 2, which is negative 2. So I could do it that way, which would be negative 3 over negative 2, which actually reduces to be 3 over 2. Or I could have went and counted it from red to green, so I could have said it goes up 1, 2, 3, and right 2. Those are both positive directions, so there again I also would have reduced it, or I would have had it be in 3 halves. So either way, you should get y equals 3 halves x plus 7. Go ahead and put me on pause and try this next one. Looks like my y-intercept is 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 4. I'm going to look for another spot where it crosses exactly. I sure think it looks like, and there's lots of spots. I'm going to say this one. I think I could have went this one, or this one, or this one. But either way, if I go right 2, that's a positive direction, then I go down 1. Or I could have went left 2, which would have been a negative direction, and up 1. But either way, negative 2 over 1 reduces, or is just negative 2. And this would have been 2 over negative 1, which also reduces to be negative 2. So my slope's negative 2, so y equals negative 2x minus 4, because I said I crossed at right here at negative 4. That's it for graphing and slope-intercept form.